Welcome back to Lucid Trading on another beautiful day. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of August. And yeah, look at that. Bitcoin is falling. It's been falling just the past couple of, let's just say for the past couple of hours. It's bouncing back up slightly recently. But yeah, we said Bitcoin was going to fall. Cryptos were going to be falling down. That happened. Looking very interesting. And yeah, I think this is going to probably continue. We might see a tiny bounce, but overall a downtrend is going to be ensuing here for Bitcoin. Welcome back to the stream. Good morning to everybody out there. I think today is going to be an interesting day. In about 2 days, we're going to have the Jackson Hole meeting. And we're going to know what's going to be happening regarding the whole tapering process. And will it be earlier or will it be later? It's going to have a big impact on the stock market. It's going to have a big impact on crypto as well. Looking at the indices right now, the Russell's kind of flat after a very big move. We have the NASDAQ sitting at all-time highs, pretty much sitting flat at all-time highs right now. And I would say the overall market is kind of flat right now. The 10-year is slowly creeping back up. You can see that right here. Slowly heading up, which can be a bit concerning if this keeps on accelerating. U.S. oil heading up. And, of course, gold, which is, it has been spiking recently. But we can see right now that because the dollar is now slowly heading up, we're seeing gold come back down. Cryptos come back down. Commodities come back down on the short-term time frame. All right. We have earnings coming up for C3.ai, which is going to be on the 1st of September. That's going to be next week, Wednesday. So there's about a week left until then. And if you include the weekend, obviously, it's roughly 5 trading days until we have earnings for C3.ai. And we had a big spike yesterday. C3.ai went up, I think it was about 6.6 percentage points, which I have to say, that's a big move to the upside for C3, as we haven't really seen any big moves recently. I do think this is going to continue. I think this will continue into earnings. And hopefully we'll be reaching that $60 target, which is roughly 20% away from the current price. I think it's going to be inevitable. I think there's a high probability we're going to be getting there within the next week or so. And of course, if we have good earnings for C3.ai, this could definitely extend. We could see a run to the 70s and maybe even the $80. We also have earnings coming up for DIDI, which, if you don't know, DIDI went up huge amounts yesterday. We've seen DIDI go up 13 percentage points just on yesterday's trading day alone. It's going down 1.5% in the pre-market, but we have earnings coming up for DIDI as well. And that is going to be Wednesday. And I think there's a good chance DIDI is going to keep running as well. I think DIDI has been oversold, and I think this is DIDI's time to be shining. Same for C3.ai. I think both are looking quite nice at the moment. And yeah, we said that there was going to be a downturn on DIDI's side of things because we were close to hitting a resistance. I think we showed this on the daily chart. Yeah, so this is the resistance. It hit resistance, coming back down on the pre-market. So we have a bit of a tiny correction, and then it's just going to keep on going upwards until earnings, which is the 1st of September. I think at this point, it seems likely we're going to get close to that $10, right? So that would be roughly 10 or 20% within the next week for DIDI. Depending on what's going to be happening with the Chinese sentiment, with the news coming out of China, things could be looking a lot more different, for the better or for worse. So we're going to have to be very cautious. But I think DIDI is definitely looking a lot better than what we have seen in the past. And we're just gradually going to be seeing a swift sentiment shift where these riskier stocks are going to become a lot more attractive Then some of the value names that are sitting at all-time highs and just hitting all-time highs and all-time highs, going up higher. Meanwhile, you have growth stocks, you have high-risk stocks that have been oversold for a long time. So at some point, it's like, hey, I mean, they're either going to rebound or the whole stock market's going to crash. One of the two is going to happen. And the stock market's not going to crash because the Federal Reserve is pumping up the market. They're not going to stop with that anytime soon. Although on Friday, we're going to have a very important meeting where we might know what's going to be happening next regarding the asset purchases from the Fed, which has been substantially helping out with the equity markets. All right. Let me just welcome everybody back into this stream. Welcome back to, let's see. Welcome back to JMax, CT, Natalia, MC, Yan Long, Sarah, Lander, Comad Dang, Camille, Lenny, Peru Invest, Clean, Tanisha, Cash, James, Edwin, Shazab, Jesus, Jasper, Michael, Burak, Punk Skater X. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys and gals are ready, because we are definitely going to be seeing some big moves into the Jackson Hole meeting. We're going to be covering that meeting, and it's going to be wild. If they announce they're going to taper earlier than expected, well, obviously expect a huge market downturn. We're talking, like, it could be an instant 3 to 5% downturn on that day if they announce that. If they don't announce it, I think we also might see downside, but it could be maybe like 0.5% or a percentage point, just a little bit of downside. And then next week, everything is going to be just going to keep on going up. So yeah, very peculiar situation we got right now, where the Federal Reserve wants to taper, but if they taper, the stock market is going to suffer. But they have to do it because then if they don't taper, it's going to, the economy is going to suffer. It's kind of like, do you want the stock market to go up, or do you want the economy to be stable and gradually grow? Because you cannot have expensive goods and then expect the economy to keep on booming. That's not how it works, right? For the economy to boom, there needs to be a lot of demand. There needs to be a lot of consumption, and when consumption goes down, well, guess what happens? Your economy goes down, and when you have the economy, when you have inflation very high, obviously people are going to have a tough time consuming, and your economy is going to suffer from that. So you're kind of between two hard places, right? And so what they need to do is they need to balance it out. You can't just taper right away, but you can't not taper. It's going to be between these two. So we'll be interesting to see what they're actually going to be doing there. But yeah, I think I'm optimistic. So far, Jerome Powell has been incredible. I mean, since the start of this pandemic, him coming out and saying, hey, we got unlimited firing power to be supporting the economy. And we saw that massive V-shaped recovery. Like, it was absolutely massive. Like, look at that. Within, I would say, how many months was that? Something like 4 months. Within 4 months, we were exceeding the all-time high, and things were looking like a lot better. But yeah, now we're in a situation where the S&P is sitting at 4,486. Is it still attractive to be getting into the S&P at these valuations? Before we could answer that question, I think it's important to take a look at what's happening with the PE ratio of the S&P. Because that PE ratio generally tends to reveal a lot, right? So the PE ratio currently for the S&P, it's sitting at 35. While that is high, keep in mind the PE ratio of the S&P recently was sitting closer to 50. So it spiked and it came back down because all these companies that are listed, that are inside this index, apparently we've seen improved earnings, and that has basically had an impact on the PE ratio, right? The price to earnings ratio, how many dollars you're paying for a company's earnings. So that's good. PE ratios are coming down, yet the stock prices are going up. That's a good thing, and that was to be expected. With all the money that was printed, this is definitely a good result, I would say. It's another ambulance. Isn't that fantastic? I might just mute my mic whenever I like hear an ambulance for like a couple seconds. Can you please go over what happened September 2020? You said September suck. I mean, we can do a quick test. We can take a look at all the Septembers that we had so far. Hold up, there we go. Oh, by the way, if you just joined, make sure you hit the like button. It supports the channel, supports the stream. So smash that like button right here, right now. Let's get that going. Yeah, so what I wanted to cover here is why September is such a bad month. Let's count the times that we had a correction in September for the S&P, right? It's very, very easy to do. We'll just do it, and you'll get what I mean once you see it, right? You know, let's just start from how many years do we have here? Let's go all the way back from, let's just say 2014. Okay, so the question is going to be, was September a bearish or bullish month? And we're going to check from 2014 all the way until 2021. Right, so this is the start of September. So in August, we see a rally. September comes by, consolidation. And then as we roll into the end of September, guess what happens? Into October, huge downside. So 2014, bearish. Now let's go to 2015. Here we had a massive downturn. Wow, that was insane. Holy moly. Yeah. So this is the month of September. Bearish month in August. Even after that huge bearish downturn, we had a spike in August, end of August, and then there comes September. Bam, down, instantly down. It tries to rally back up, and then at the end of September, goes down again, right prior to October. Another bearish September. So that's two bearish Septembers, 2014, 2015. Now let's go to 2016. Oh, there we go. And anybody can look this up, right? There's a good reason why people leave the stock market in end of August. Look, September. You see that? So September, we're sitting at an all-time high after the rally in August, and it goes down. That's 2016. That's 3 years in a row. Coincidence? Maybe. Who knows? Now let's go to 2017. Let's see. Okay, this was an anomaly. There we go. Big rally in September. August down. September rallies up. So 2000... Was that 3 years and then 2017? Yeah, there you go. So that is 2017. We had a big rally. I think it had to do with quantitative easing, probably, but whatever. So that's a month where September went up. Now let's check what happened in 2018. I think 2018 was bearish. There you go. Let's see. Start of September is right here. Kind of went down initially, went back up. It really didn't move. And then at the end of September, it proceeded to go down. I'm going to consider this quite bearish. I mean, this is nothing good. And right after it went down, like instantly after September, incredible downturn. So almost every single September that we've had has been a bearish month, right? And it tends to be a seasonal thing. And then as we roll into November and December, things look better again, usually. usually, right? Because right here, that was not the case because of the fact that we had the Federal Reserve tightening up. We had big downturns. Now, looking at 2019, right? What happened in 2019 in September? There we go. There we go. Another September that's bearish. It started off right here. So, went back up, and it came back down right at the end of it. That is September for you. 2020 was probably bullish, though. I think it was bullish, right? Was 2020 bullish? Let me just... No, that's... Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is starting September. A huge downturn in September. There we go. So, looking at the picture... the big picture. See if I can show you the daily chart. We didn't even count in like all the other previous years, but this is from 2014. 2014 September was bearish. 2015 September was bearish. 2016 September was bearish. 2017 lucky year, September was bullish. 2018 September was kind of bearish. 2019 bearish. 2020 bearish. Now, keep this in mind. The whole stock market is now currently sitting at all-time highs. We have tapering coming up. September is coming up. Historically, I would say the most bearish month. What's going to happen? Are we going to see a bull run in September? Is this going to be different? Is this time going to be different? Or are we going to see a big pullback? I personally believe if it doesn't happen in September, it's 100% going to happen in October. And if we don't see a pullback, then it's a melt up top, which basically means we're at the tail end of the bull market. And we will probably see a crash, which I don't think that's going to happen. So that's why I'm saying we're probably going to see a correction, coming into the month of September. And not just because we've seen that the past couple years. We've seen this decade over decade. Like, it's a fairly consistent phenomenon after the stock market has run in the months of July and August. That tends to be what happens. All right, so that's an interesting phenomenon, right? I wanted to explain why I'm always so bearish on September. The past 6 years, September has been the worst month, and I've been in the stock market for 6 years, and I've felt September every time. It's horrible. So yeah. I mean, we might see some voodoo stuff where everybody thinks September is going to be bearish and it's going to be bullish. Generally, that is not the case, though. It tends to be a very, very bearish month. So yeah, we have to be cautious about that. I have money on the sidelines right now. I am selling my stock at all-time highs, and I'm getting back into cash, saving cash right now. Hey, we might see a dip. Maybe the stock market is going to correct 10% in September. And if that's going to happen, well, guess what? If you have money, you have power. Cash is king in a market correction or a market crash. And of course, I'm not going to sell all my stock. I'm roughly 30% cash now. Sold some of my stock recently, and I'll be holding cash throughout the month of September and October. Just in case, you never know what happens. We could definitely see a big correction happen. I mean, it's been consistent almost every single year. September is a bearish month, and for good reasons. So be cautious. Don't go all in. Diversify. And remember, this time is not different. This time is not different. This time is not special. This is the stock market. It's been like this for decades, for a century. We're probably going to see a correction. And we're seeing a lot of YouTubers saying there's going to be a correction, so there might not be a correction. I mean, if everybody knows there's a correction, it might not happen. But still, be very, very cautious of this. Be very, very cautious of this, because there still might be. And if there is going to be a correction, guess what? We're going to see like a huge pullback. All right, so I want to check the Russell, actually. How is the Russell going to be acting here? Obviously, if the S&P and the NASDAQ and everything is going to be coming down, so will the Russell. The Russell is going to be affected. But I would argue that the Russell would be affected less. So we might see a bigger correction on the S&P and on the Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, because the Russell's already down. It's not even sitting at the all-time high like the NASDAQ or the S&P and everything else. And the environment that we're kind of seeing right now, we're heading into an environment with stable 10-year yield. It's not spiking. CPI inflecting downwards. And you know, frankly, there's a lot of small caps that are oversold, significantly oversold. I'm not saying we're going to see like a similar rally to what we have seen in 2020, but I would not be surprised if we would see a significant rally. And I've been saying this for months now, and I do think it's going to be happening. Here we go. There we go. All right. Fantastic. Overall, flat market today so far. Nothing happening. Let's check DIDI. DIDI is down 1.8%. Alibaba is down 1.24%. Which makes sense. I mean, we had a big move. We had a very big move on Alibaba and DIDI. Both of them were like up almost 10%. We have Tencent down 1.7%. BYD and Baidu also negative in the pre-market right now. And that's because the Chinese stock market is actually heading down right now. I think that's the main reason why we're seeing those down in the pre-market. Although, keep in mind, just because it's down in the pre-market, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. Yesterday, Alibaba was down 3% in the pre-market. Guess what happened? Market opened up. It jumped 7%. So, yeah, the pre-market doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. Because it's low volume. I really don't know why this chair is like... I think my chair is broken. Oh well. Cassava Sciences is down 30%. Yeah, I remember saying that Cassava Sciences would bounce back to the 120s and then come down, which happened. I mean, look at that. Bounced, came back down. Then we had bad news, and it went down 29%. Yeah, this is... I don't know why people are so excited about this. There's not a whole lot going on. I guess it's overhyped. Clearly it's overhyped when it's dropping 30% in the pre-market. I mean, most of the upside already happened, right? We had a big rally from January until now. 1,200% move to the upside. I mean, what more do you want? At some point, the fun is over, right? I think that's the story right now with Cassava Sciences. Most of the gain is already priced into the stock. Yeah, I'm still not really convinced like how Tesla would be going up from here. We don't exactly have a catalyst short term. One sec. Yeah, so we don't have a catalyst short term for Tesla. So I think it should fall short term. Like we should see a correction. Like we don't have anything going on right now. There's no event coming up. We don't have deliveries coming up. We don't have earnings coming up. We're going into the month of September. We already had AI Day, and that's already priced in now after the bearish move, and then it spiked back up. So I think we're gonna see a correction. Yeah, that seems to be the case. It's not gonna go up. Yeah, 680s maybe. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to probably see around 680. 685. Yeah, pull back slightly into this zone. It's not going to be a big downturn, but I don't see this going up right now. Just like what's going to happen? We would have to see the Nasdaq go up even further than what we've already seen, and it's more likely that's going to come down. I mean, we're going into September. We don't have any catalysts, so yeah, short term, I do expect Tesla to be going down, like for the coming days. All right. Good old Tesla. I mean, there's nothing going on right now. Like, I'm bullish on the stock. I am holding this stock, but I'm well aware it's probably going to come down unless there's something going on. Some news, some articles, full self-driving news. We have nothing going on right now with Tesla. So usually when we have nothing going on and we're going into a bearish month, the stock goes down. Which is going to give us an opportunity to be buying some cheaper Tesla stock. Obviously, that's the time where you want a dollar cost average. Yeah, keep in mind, I could be wrong. Hey, maybe Elon is going to tweet something crazy and the stock goes up, which he already did. He did that recently, and right now, I mean, what's happening next? I think it's probably going to come down. Although it's not going to be a big correction, it will be a tiny correction. Besides, Elon is tweeting a lot about SpaceX. There we go. Palantir's down. C3 is down as well, which is weird. It is really weird because actually we should be seeing back-to-back green days on C3.ai prior to earnings. It's down 75%. We should be seeing back-to-back 3%, 4%, 5% days. We're not seeing that yet, which is kind of concerning, I guess. Probably the same for DIDI, but it might still, happen. We still have a couple days left here. Dude, you said it was going to $800 5 days ago. Yeah, I did say that Tesla was going to be going to $800, although that situation can vary, right? It doesn't have to go to 800 right away. We could see a pullback, and then it goes to 800. And that's how it goes, Fundamentals change. We get bad news, we get good news, all sorts of news. Recently, we got a lot of bad news around Tesla. In particular, I would have to say around full self-driving. That was prior to AI Day. August was bullish. August was not bearish. August was not bearish. It was not bearish. I'll show you. This is the start of August. We have a 2.5 increase in the S&P, and that is bearish? That is not bearish. That is bullish. August was a bullish month, and I think September is going to be a bearish month. Just because the Russell's not rallying does not mean that the Nasdaq and the S&P is not rallying. Because if you take a look at the Nasdaq, if you could take a good look right now. So let's say, well, you just grab this date. It's up 2.7%. Let's take the Dow Jones. What happened from the end of July until now? Even the Dow Jones up 1.7%. So it was a bullish month. It was a good month too. I mean, if you would have a 1.7% gain for like 10 months, you would have a 17% gain. Like, it was a bullish month for the overall stock market. I think even for the small caps. No, okay, no, never mind. I'm not. No, wait, yeah. This is a bullish month for the small. Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, it's up slightly, 0.7%. Can we call that bullish? I would say it's a little bit bullish. I mean, we've seen an 0.7% increase. It's not bearish. I mean, this was bearish. Obviously, this downturn was bearish, but the month is not over yet, and we're still seeing the Russell go up here. No, the stock market has been it's incredibly bullish. Just because some small cap stocks are doing horrible doesn't mean that the whole stock market is doing bad. The indices, if the indices are going up, right? If the majority of indices are heading up, you absolutely have a bullish market. Look, I'm the type of person, I buy when stocks are going down. So the stocks in my watch list, they're mostly stocks that are going down because I'm buying those stocks so that in 3 months from now, I can reap the benefits of a rally to the upside and a recovery rally. And that's why it might seem that it's bearish, but it's not. The whole market is going up right now. It's not semi-bullish. It's incredibly bullish. Just so I can communicate this, the stock market is incredibly bullish right now, and we're heading into an incredibly bearish month. Like, we're talking about the overall stock market. We're not talking about this stock or that stock. The overall stock market. Okay, we got 2 minutes left until the market opens up. Smash the like button. Let's get to 150 likes, and I'll give you a cookie once we do hit 150 likes. A lovely cookie dough cookie. Cookie dough is pretty nice. I recently had a cake, a cookie dough cake. It's so incredibly sweet. Like, oh my gosh. It's a sugar bomb. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Helps the stream, helps the channel. Smash that like button right now. And let me know in the live chat. Let me know in the live chat. Do you think September is going to be a bearish or bullish month? I'd like to know. All right. Is September going to be a bearish or bullish month? September, bearish or bullish? Bear, bull. I think it's going to be bearish. I really do think it's going to be bearish. I think unless Jerome Powell on this Friday is going to come out and say that they're going to delay the tapering, it's going to be bearish. Only 64% of people saying it's going to be bearish. That's interesting. I expected like 80% or something, because September consistently is a bearish month. And consider some factors. By the way, the stock market went open. That's there we go. Got distracted there for a second. AI going up. DIDI and Baba are going down. Interesting. Let's check Tesla. Tesla's starting to come down. Neo, after the jump, coming down again. The Auto as well. Xbang. Interesting. C3.ai heading up. This could be a bigger push that's coming up here for C3.ai. Up 0.8%. Palantir up, actually down 0.4%. Big Tech kind of green, I would say. Who's doing best right now? It's, you know, Google and Microsoft doing pretty good. And looking at, let's see, Alibaba down 2%. Ooh, interesting. DIDI's down 3.2% right now. Virgin Galactic is flat. Robinhood is down 2.3%. This is kind of what I expected after an incredibly bullish day, which was yesterday. You know, some of these stocks are coming down, especially DIDI. Like, damn, look at DIDI. It's just, it's just going down substantially. Although we don't know how long that is going to last, right? This could definitely be lasting maybe a couple hours, then it bounces back up. So I'm still very bullish on DIDI and Alibaba. AI now coming down, which is just weird. That does not make sense. That does not compute at this point. When you have earnings coming up next week, it's still sitting so incredibly low. The only way you could explain this is that the overall market is coming down, which it is, right? So the Russell's coming down now 0.5 percentage point. Yet the NASDAQ is still green. Still hitting all-time highs on the NASDAQ. Really, really interesting. Checking the poll now. 60% of people are bearish on the stock market in September. And it's only 60%. Yet September is the most bearish month. 40% of people are bullish. We'll see who's going to be right. I mean, there's a week left until September. All right, let's see what's happening into here. Oh yeah, Tesla's going down still. Chinese EV stocks are heading down. AI down a percentage point. Palantir down a percentage point. Big Tech is coming up still. Just keeps on going, right? Both Nano Dimension and BNGO are down. Robinhood falling down even further. Yeah, many stocks are dipping again. Especially the EV stocks. Coinbase is coming down 0.8%. That is not exactly happening right now. Cryptos are down, although Bitcoin is bouncing back up slightly, 0.2%. The 10-year is heading down as well. Yeah, today seems like it's just going to be like a classical red day, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. AI, oh my god. Already down 1.5%. So, it is not holding up. But yeah, do remember, the last time you saw a rally for C3.ai, I think it was right here, right? Yeah, there you go. We've definitely seen bearish days. I mean, big push here, then down 3.6%. And yeah, look at that. So it went from 59 all the way back to 54. And then from 54, it went back to 62. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a super bearish thing. Just a little bit of negativity. And we're already seeing it bounce back. Look at that. Sitting at 49.5 again. There is a lot of buying pressure. And I think a lot of institutions are going to be buying back into C3.ai. Palantir down 1.3 percentage points, as we don't actually have any catalysts for Palantir short term. We're kind of waiting for any sorts of news, like a contract or perhaps maybe ARK buying in again, some kind of catalyst, because we already had earnings, we already had the big news priced into the stock. But I do think it's going to go up a lot when the stock, when they actually announce any good news or when the market starts coming back up. We have AMC actually still flying higher, up 4.2 percentage points. This is wild. It's just, yeah, it's going back up. And, wow, DIDI is pulling back 4%. Alibaba pulling back 2.8%. It just does not stop, does it? Interesting times. There's a lot of red. The 10 years going flat. That's at least we don't have the 10-year spiking. I mean, that is already a blessing. The Russell is spiking. So the Russell 2000, the small cap index, is spiking back up. Bit of a hammer pattern going on here. And, ooh, you see that? That is beautiful. Big spike to the upside after the brief dip here. Will it hold up? I mean, we'll see. Dollar coming back up. Nasdaq just incredible. Nasdaq is just keeps on going and going and going. There's no stopping the Nasdaq right now. The S&P is kind of going flat at this point. Dow Jones is actually heading down. So yeah, we should see some value stocks heading down. There you go. Coca-Cola, Verizon, Procter & Gamble, Chevron. They're all down. I think the Chinese index has been doing pretty bad too. Yeah, it's slightly red right now, but it's closed. Obviously, it's already done trading, because there's a time difference. And if we take a look at is it the China A50? That was down 0.4%. So the Chinese market as a whole is also kind of bearish at this point. Tesla is rebounding. That is magical. It's starting to move up, which is a good signal. We're seeing XPeng go up. Yeah, XPeng is going to be doing deliveries in Norway, in Europe. And that's a first. That's a Chinese EV manufacturer delivering vehicles in Europe. That is insane. Like, that is absolutely insane. So that's going to be happening. Oh, there we go. Tesla's heading up. I think it has to do with the fact that the Nasdaq is still green. Nasdaq is heading up. And now we're seeing Tesla move along with the Nasdaq. Nothing surprising there. AI not pulling back up. Palantir selling off even further now. We're looking at a 1.4% correction. What's happening to Sava? Cassava Sciences? Oh, wow. Down 31%. Man, you cannot make this up. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. That is unbelievable. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, this is looking like a bit of a dangerous play. So won't be touching this. I think if you know a lot about the fundamentals and the fundamentals actually check out, this might be a buying opportunity, but Would have to do some research on this first. Yeah, so C3 is gradually bouncing back, steadily and gradually. It hit that support level of 49, and from 49, it's now coming back up. Facebook is heading up as well, 0.8% to the upside. Google is just unstoppable, up 0.6% again. Wild. Let's see. We have DIDI going down 4.7% right now. Damn, that's a big downturn. Let's see, delete everything and see if there's any support here in this zone. Actually, there is. Although the $8 is a good support as well. Generally speaking, what happens with DIDI is it goes back to the strongest support. Like, this is not going to hold up. So I'm going to say bounce from that $8 and then we go straight to the freaking moon to about 9.3, 9.4-ish. Yeah. I think that's too short term. Maybe if we take a broader look at this. Earnings is right here. Expecting it to spike all the way to this zone here. Yeah, this should be resistance as well. So if we hit $9, might pull back and come back to the 8.7. So something like that. Just keep on trending upwards. It's not going to look exactly like this, but this is kind of what I'm seeing for DIDI, if the Chinese government is not going to crack down on this bad boy. So we'll see. Tesla's coming back up, sitting at 713.3. That's wild. C3 is going green. Oh, wow. Is it going green? Yeah, it is about to go green. Now, that's a very interesting situation. So we have the NASDAQ still heading up here. I really did expect it to come down. That is a big spike, right? And we're overbought as well heading into September. I think this is going to be a bull trap, probably. We're not seeing lots of volume. We're not seeing big moves. This could be a bull trap. Yeah, C3 is having a tough time. No wonder, right? So we talked about this before. This is the resistance, right? This is the resistance that we've been talking about. It's failed to push above it, and it continues to be rejected. So yeah, my idea was maybe it goes back to 48 and then comes back up. And guess what? It already went back to 48. We saw it go down to 48.7. And maybe we're going to see a rebound. Speaking of rebounds, Palantir is coming back up. Look at that. That's a big push. That's 1.1% to the upside. That is really good. C3 is now positive. Meanwhile, Chinese stocks are still negative. Still going down. Robinhood still negative, down 2.8%. While everything else seems to be rebounding, including big banks, semiconductor stocks, I really want to short Nvidia at this point. What the hell's going on with this company? What the hell? Hold up. I've shorted Nvidia successfully in the past, and I think I'm gonna short it again. Yeah, if I'm gonna short anything in this market, it will probably be Nvidia, with current situation. What's their market cap? 550 billion market cap. Oh my god. That's insane. And we're heading into September? Like, this could melt off. This market cap could melt like 30% easily if there's a market correction. Very, very easily. Especially given that the supply issues regarding the semiconductors, obviously that's not going to last forever. And that's pushing the earnings of Nvidia upwards. Those supply issues. Now to figure out where it could fall. Let's say we see a correction back. Yeah, so that's probably 25% correction that's coming up. And we've seen that happen several times in the past. MACD very high, RSI spiking at all-time highs on several time frames. The problem is you don't know when it's going to top. Right? So we don't know when it's going to top. Could top right now. Could top maybe at 230 or 240. But this would be, I think it would be a good hedge to be shorting this. Obviously, that's not financial advice. It's just what I might actually start doing. I shorted Nvidia right here as well in this zone. Pulled back massively. Tattooed Chef is jumping, somebody said. Oh wow. Damn, it's recovering really fast. We'll see. Yeah, it's gonna just go above $20. I think very soon. C3 is failing to go positive, right? So there we go. It's trying to retest that resistance. It's failing to go above. Palantir is about to go green. That's exciting. Facebook is moving up the most from big tech. And BNGO now also going green. Look at that. BNGO up a percentage point too. Let's see. DIDI is bouncing back. A bit of a bounce. Let's see, how much is Nvidia up just the past couple months, right? So how much is it up? 66%. Okay, since this bottom in April, that's roughly 92%. That's insane. Since the March pandemic started, Nvidia is up 385 percentage points. And it makes sense. They make a lot more money now. But still, it's ridiculous. This is going to pull back short term. 100%. AI is red again. Yeah, AI is just suffering right now. Speaking of suffering, AMC is coming back down. Oh boy. Yeah, when this bad boy comes down, usually it goes down really fast. Like, you see lots of selling pressure. Everybody's trying to get out. And you see the MACDs crossing, RSI spiking downwards. That's a recipe for disaster. So, who knows what's going to happen. But, yeah, it seems like the Russell is slowly going green. The NASDAQ is green. S&P is doing pretty good. Now, what's not doing good right now is it is the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is actually red. Yet the 10-year is shooting up. Look at that, 0.7% on the 10-year. That's like prior to the Jackson Hole meeting, which is Friday. Hold up. Yeah, this is a very weak day so far. Looks like people are staying very cautious because of that meeting that's coming up on Friday. We're not seeing big moves. We're seeing tiny moves. Low volume. People staying very cautious. Yeah, DIDI's coming back up really fast. Same for Baba. Give me 1 second. Let me just quickly check C3. Yeah, that's that big resistance that we were talking about, around $50. You can see the MACD's actually crossing here as well, which is a bearish signal. We had a poll running in the background, and that poll says September bearish or bullish, and 55% of people say bearish, 45% of people say bullish. I think it's going to be bearish. I think it's going to be quite bearish. Also, what I wanted to check is how did the S&P perform back when we had the .com going on? Like, did we see, was September also a bearish month around the .com? Probably wasn't, right? Because the stocks just kept going up. At least that's what you would think. Okay, let's see. So we're talking to, you know, the 1980, 1998, 98, 99, and the 2000s. So look at that. Even prior to the .com, or during the .com, this is very interesting. That's the end of August, going into September. Very bearish monthly period. That's in 98, and in 99, that's right here. Same story. Bearish September, and that's in the most bullish time of the stock market in a long time. So even during the .com, September was a bearish month, like historically speaking. Let's just do it that way. And then we talk about the 2000s, and obviously every month was bearish because that's when the market started crashing. Yeah, there you go. September down as well. So that's 3 years in a row. And that's during the .com. Very interesting. Now let's go back to 2008. Was September a bearish month? Up, you know, leading up to the crash in 2008. Let's just start from 2005, right? September, bearish. Yep, that's a bearish month. That's 2005. 2006. I think 2006 was pretty bullish. Yeah, bullish. 2007. Was a bullish month. Yeah, and then we have, obviously, September was the bearish month where the market crashed. So, yeah, that's interesting to see. September in 2008, it was when Lehman failed. Yeah, that's the most bearish month we've seen probably in the past decade prior to Corona, when Lehman failed. So it's about 50-50. We had 2 years where September was bullish, and that was at the top of the market. And then where was it bearish? It was in February, in August, and in October. or November. Well, February also tends to be quite bearish month. But yeah, there you go. We'll see what happens this year. But yeah, I'm embracing safety. You know, having cash is good at this time. And going all in is very, very risky. Stocks can go down, and I think they will. Wow, speaking of stocks going down, DIDI is still heading down. So, we just cannot have an uptrend. It's just not allowed. It's illegal to have an uptrend. AI is still not heading up. Nothing has changed. Other than like big tech now going red. Oh, by the way, I actually bought some supplies yesterday. I bought an AC, an air conditioner, because of what I said yesterday, that there was a lot of noise when I let the window be open. And if the window is not open, it's going to be like a sauna. So an AC, we'll have an AC. No more background noise. And bought some other things, like a mouse pad that could support my wrist, because my wrist is getting absolutely demolished because I'm on the laptop. I'm using my mouse all the time, so my wrist was hurting a lot. So getting a mouse pad with wrist support, which is going to help. Also getting a new mouse. This one has been it's been good, but I think it's just it doesn't work as well all the time. Getting a Logitech mouse. So exciting times ahead. And I'm still thinking about getting a camera that's better than the current one, but I still haven't found anything which I would want to get yet, at least. But I'll be meeting with somebody that knows a lot about cameras soon, so that will be interesting. Sava is on sale. I don't know. I don't know if Sava is a great deal. Why did it go? Why did it go down 30%? The stock market is going up. Why is Sava going down? Doesn't make sense. AI is pulling back up. It's green right now. So there we go. AI sitting at roughly 49.87, trying to push above resistance. What I really like right now still is Alibaba. I like DIDI. C3.ai is still very cheap. Nano Dimension is starting to move up, although it's getting more expensive. BNGO, I'm going to have to look into the fundamentals, but I do like BNGO overall. I would stay clear from Tesla for now. September also tends to be a bearish month for Tesla, I believe. And AMC. I'm actually quite curious what GME is doing right now. Oof. Yeah, that makes sense. We had a very big spike on GameStop. And that's prior to earnings, so buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. Lucid Motors. I mean, well, there's nothing going on with Lucid Motors right now. They have so many shares. They can dilute the stock every month, every quarter. So it's like, look at it this way. They said that they were not going to dilute the stock, yet they did. They have 15 billion in authorized shares. So they have enough capacity for massive share dilution. Their market cap is sitting at 35 billion, but they still have no revenue. And they might have tiny amount of revenue this year and into next year. I mean, maybe when we see like a severe downturn in the market, maybe then Lucid Motors is going to be like an attractive buying opportunity. I think it can go as low as maybe we'll see it back at $18, $18 to $19, and that would be an interesting buy. But right now, I am not touching this stock. And hey, maybe they announce something big and then the stock goes up, but they don't have any short-term catalysts right now. They have nothing. Oh, like we delivered 1,000 cars. Congrats. You have a market cap of 35 billion and you're delivering 1,000 cars. It's already baked in. But yeah, if it goes below 20, I might buy some. Because I do think in 2022, 2023, as it grows, it will just be growing into its market cap. I do like the vehicles. I like the CEO. It's going to be a matter of time. It will take time for this company to start progressing and start actually posting results. And during that time, the stock could stay low. It could stay at the lower 20s for an extended time period, which is fine. It's okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. A stock shouldn't be moving up if nothing is happening, right? There we go. All right. XPeng. I am actually quite excited about XPeng. I talked about this stock way back when it was sitting at like 24, 25, 27. I was very bullish in XPeng, and it's now sitting at 40, which is just phenomenal. I think Neo is having a tough time here. Sitting at 38.6. How much is it down from the all-time high? It's now 42%. How much is XPeng down? A similar amount, and I would say Li Auto probably down a similar amount here as well. Yeah, there you go. What's happening with Google? I wonder when Google's going to be pulling back. Yeah, Airbnb actually hit 160, right? So we had a $160 target, and Airbnb hit that target finally. Took a couple months, but yeah, we're there. 160. We could see a tiny pullback around 164, maybe. Yeah, there you go. 163. Bit of a pullback, and then just keep trending upwards, honestly. That seems to be very likely at this point for Airbnb to be tracing back up. Kathy Wood bought DraftKings. Why did she buy DraftKings? That is so surprising. Oh well. Let me look that up. Did she really buy DraftKings? That's interesting. Oh, yeah, DraftKings bought Golden Nugget. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like this stock. Mainly because they're burning lots of cash. They have not that much revenue. They don't have a lot of revenue. Yet the market cap is sitting at $23.7 billion. It is not like this is like a Palantir or something. This is pretty much gambling, isn't it? And you're paying quite a multiple as well. So yeah, if I pay a multiple, I would rather be paying a multiple on a stock that can pretty much 100x in the next 20 years. Yeah, give me one moment. All right. Yeah, I don't really like DraftKings. DraftKings is the biggest online gambling website in the U.S. No. Robinhood is the biggest online gambling website. You know why? Ask yourself the question, how many people lose money on Robinhood? It's a lot of people. Most people, they just put their money in random stocks, random assets. Don't know what they're doing. But yeah, of course, it's not gambling, but I think it's gambling. I think most people on Robinhood, most people, let's say 80% of people, 70 to 80% of people, something like that, losing tons of money. If that is not gambling, I mean, like I literally know people that bought GameStop at 250. They bought AMC at 60. And like, they're still holding it. They're hoping it's going to go back up. And what are they basing this off of? Nothing. Hope. Opium. No fundamentals, no nothing. Which, will they go back up? Probably. I think GameStop is looking pretty good. But still, I mean, here you have some people that are not doing any research. They're listening to YouTube gurus that are telling them that Neo is going to go to $200, Palantir is going to go to $300, and they're just gambling away their money. It's sad, but it's the reality of things. And they'll sell at a loss because they think it's gonna go down. But yeah, that's something to be wary of. I think not everybody that's on Robinhood is an investor or an actual professional trader. Yeah, DIDI is still heading down. And Baba is doing the same. I think Palantir is probably going to go to $300 in the next decade. Probably. I'll be very surprised if Palantir is not able to 10x in the next decade. Close to $300, right? So, yeah. Because they're kind of growing exponentially in some sense. Joey coming in here with a $2 donation and says, "The weak are meat and the strong do eat." It's a zero-sum game. That's the stock market. For someone to win, there needs to be someone losing. And if somebody is winning exponentially, then other people are losing exponentially. That's the stock market. I mean, straight up. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what to say about today. Yesterday was an amazing day. Today, it's like a hangover. It's like a hangover from yesterday, where like most of these stocks are coming down. Look at that, red, everything. Aside from semiconductors, big banks, recovery stocks. And now we're seeing the Dow Jones going green. Switcheroo. NASDAQ going down. Russell's heading down. That's interesting, right? Baba is coming down 2.7%. DIDI still heading down 3.8%. And I think both of these are buying opportunities at current prices. and I do think we're going to see it move to the upside. Virgin Galactic coming back down. Robinhood down 3%. And Nvidia just keeps on skyrocketing. Up 2.3%. AMD sitting at 108. We said it was going to go down and then go back up. Didn't quite bounce back up, but, you know, we had a bit of a downturn there. It was a nice short opportunity for AMD. And let's see. What the hell's happening with these stocks? Nano Dimension down 1.6%. BNG also pulling back. And everything is going red, including Bitcoin. Damn. Ethereum down 2%. Cardano down 3.2%. Bitcoin going down the least right now. So it's mostly the riskier cryptos. We're talking about, you know, Cardano and the altcoins that are going down substantially right now. I mean, Bitcoin is only down 0.8%. It's the safer crypto asset. Wow, Nvidia. What the hell, man? This company, it's wild. Is it ever going to pull back? Is Nvidia ever going to pull back? I think it will. For the dividends, right? So we're going to have a dividend pay of 0.07%, which is nothing. It's not that much, but still. It is heading up. Yeah, it's definitely still in the bullish channel. Generally, what happens is we see a rally until the dividends, and then right after the dividend, we see a sell-off. And that could be the case here. So I'm going to say maybe get back to, or go up to about 230, 240-ish. And then sell off, probably. Into the month of September. So it'd be something like this. I mean, that's not even that severe of a correction. It could get down a lot lower. I would say the 180s would be substantial support if it does go down. Let's just leave this like that and see what's happening overall. Red. Lots of red, right? So C3 down 0.4. Palantir down 1% again. Tesla is down negative. Neo, Li Auto, Xpeng all pulling back. Crypto's pulling back. Chinese stocks are pulling back quite severely, actually. Robinhood down 3%. Virgin Galactic also down. Is there anything green? Yes, there is. Recovery stocks slightly green. Semiconductors incredibly green. Big banks also heading up because of the 10-year. Look at that, the 10-year going up. And surprise, surprise, big banks are also heading up. Value is kind of going sideways still. I'd say most of the market is kind of negative. Yet the Russell is green. Nasdaq's green. S&P is green. Even the Dow Jones. But everything in this watch list is going down. Check GDPI. Joby. Interesting. Didn't Snowflake have earnings today? Yeah, Snowflake is going to have earnings today. If they crush earnings, the stock is going to fly. I think most likely it's going to be correcting. Because, well, it's sitting in a market cap of 83 billion. We're heading into the month of September. Lots of cash burn. Like, that is a lot of cash burn for the growth they have. Look at that, 200 million. Straight up cash burn. On a quarterly basis. Compare that to, like, Palantir. I mean, look at Palantir. 138 million. 375 million in revenue. But yeah, you're paying for that growth. You know, quarter-over-quarter growth looking pretty good. We'll see if we will see if they're going to be able to actually sustain the growth path. And that's, you know, why this earnings is going to be interesting to take a look at. Microvision is up 6%. What the hell? Of all stocks going up, Microvision is heading up right now. Oh yeah, we were bullish on Microvision because I don't know when this was. Was that yesterday? Okay, so apparently yesterday I said that Microvision was going to be going up, and it's going up 15.5. That's nice, very nice. I don't think it's going to go above this resistance though. I think it's going to come down. What's happening to Cassava? Cassava Science is down 26% still. Tesla's going green again. Damn. Back and forth, right? Back and forth. Yeah, I don't see this situation getting better. At least not right now. Alibaba, DIDI. Let's take a look at Tesla. One second. So yeah, we're just seeing this back and forth choppy movement in the market. It's positive, then it's negative, then it's positives, and it's just going back and forth still. Especially on the more positive names, on the names like like the C3, like the Tesla, that short term are looking very bullish. AMC also just going back and forth right now. It's wild. What do you think about Corsair? I don't know. Suddenly I see a lot of hype about, you know, some YouTubers that are covering Corsair gaming. I don't know. It really does feel like a pump and dump in some sense. and I look at the chart and I don't see anything really special about it. You know, it's been going down. That's clear. The stock has been going down and down, and I mean, maybe people are buying the dip because it's going down. But on the weekly, it's not oversold. On the daily chart, it's not oversold right now. So technically wise, it might bounce a little bit, but it's not looking that special. At least not short term. Now, on the fundamental side of things, that's a different story, right? Lots of revenue. Quarterly speaking, bit weird. It's not really growing, is it? I would have to do a full-on fundamental analysis for this. But the stock has come down a lot. What do they even do? What's their purpose? Computer hardware. That's interesting. I thought we were moving to the cloud. That's a bit weird. Streaming gear. Let me see. Okay, is this any... Let me check if there's any streaming gear for me. I'm a streamer, right? So do they have anything? They don't have anything specific that's like... that I can't get from Amazon or something. Probably for cheaper. I think the Stream Deck is actually quite nice. I might get a Stream Deck. Okay, never mind. This is quite useful. Can't deny that. It's like everything is packaged, right? You can find anything you want on that website of theirs. I kind of like it. Let me check their revenue. Hold up. We're going to do a little bit of fundamental analysis, I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. Okay. Fantastic. So yeah, gaming PCs, PC components, so you can build your own PC, streaming gear, and gaming gear, which is pretty cool. They got everything. Let me check. What was their market cap again? 2.5 billion, I think. 2.5 billion. All right, let's see. Do they have investor relations anywhere here? Maybe down here. There you go. There you go. Corsair is a leading global provider and innovator of high-performance gear for gamers and content creators. Our industry-leading gaming gear helps digital athletes, from casual gamers to committed professionals, to perform at their peak across PC or console platforms. And our streaming gear enables creators to produce studio-quality content, to share with friends, or to broadcast to millions of fans. We design and sell high-performance gaming and streaming peripherals, components, and systems to enthusiasts globally. Corsair has served the market for over 2 decades, and many of our products maintain a #1 US market share position. We have built a passionate base of loyal customers due to your brand authenticity and reputation as provider of innovative and finely engineered products that deliver an uncompromising level of performance. So what I'm kind of afraid of this, my worry is isn't gaming moving to the cloud? Like, that would be a big bearish catalyst. Like, over time, gaming is going to be outsourced. So it's going to be in the cloud. You just have this controller, and then you use 5G or whatever connection to connect to the cloud, and then you play your games. So I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of that. I think Corsair would be punished severely if that were to be the move. Let's check their she has pink hair. That's interesting. PC component market share. So they got something to lose. Also, we're slowly going to be moving away from PCs, potentially to VR. So you have to kind of take that into account. I think VR is going to be huge. Like, if you look at the incremental improvements in VR over the past years, and if you would just kind of extrapolate that over the next coming years, I think we're all going to slowly move to VR, in all honesty. So I'm kind of taking into that into account. Of course, PCs are here to stay, but, you know, VR is going to be massive. I would rather be investing in VR, to be honest, at this point. Like, gaming, I don't know if anybody of you guys have tried the Oculus Quest. It is really good. It is incredibly good. And as they're going to be making more sophisticated games, it's just going to go absolutely beautiful. TSMC is up 4.5%. No freaking way. Oh my god. Yeah, it is up 6.3% right now, TSM. Damn. That's wild. Alright. So I wanted to just quickly check their quarterly revenue and all the other stuff. So net revenue was $472.9 million. Increase of 24.3%. That's not a lot of growth. 24% growth. The creator peripheral segment net revenue was $155 million. 40% year-over-year growth. Decrease of operating income. Okay. That's the problem. It's not growing that fast. For the full year 2021, our outlook remains unchanged from Q1. Net revenue to be in the range of 1.9 to 2.1 billion. Adjusted operating income to be in the range of 235 million to 255. Okay, that's good. There's something going on, right? There has to be something that's pushing this stock downwards. I want to see their debt. What's their debt level looking like? If they don't have a lot of debt, that's going to be nice to be investing in. Net debt 270. How much is that? In thousands. So they have... Wait, hold up. Debt net. That's a lot of debt. That's 270 million in debt. For 2.5 billion market cap. That's like 10% of the market cap. It's just debt. Or am I getting this wrong? No. It's... total liabilities is 848 million. Total assets. They also have assets, of course. 1.378 billion. Okay. I mean, I like Corsair. Why is this stock sitting so low? It's really weird. They're growing. They don't have like super duper amounts of debt. Gap net income is going down. Okay, that's interesting. Oh no, wait, that's 6 months. Never mind. 6 months, 3 months. But yeah, it is going down. They're burning money. Let me check Corsair 1 sec. Could be an interesting stock. No, they're not burning money. I'm kidding. They're not. But they're also not really gaining a lot. Do you live near a hospital? No, I don't live near it, but this is like I live right next to the main road that connects all the places in the city. So yeah, it's an important road, but it also is making it very noisy. But like I said, I purchased an air conditioner. And the only reason why you can hear the ambulance is because I open up the window because it gets really warm here. I will be closing the window, and I'll be placing an air conditioner right there, and then you won't hear anything. So that problem is going to be solved very soon. If you want more info, just check Jeremy's financial video. I think I've already watched it like a time ago. I know he's very bullish on Corsair. I haven't really looked at the fundamentals of this, but it looks good. This looks like a setup where if they perform good, the stock is going to double. Like this is... Because they don't have a lot of depth. They have a lot of revenue, but it's just not growing that much. So when that growth comes in, well, guess what? The stock is going to fly. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to... I think the balance sheet is not going to help here. We need to know what their plans are. Like, we need forward-looking statements. This looks interesting. Isn't their main audience men? Oh well. In the name of gender equality. Let's see. Upcoming investor conference. Nothing important, obviously. Which one did I... Oh, I think it was that one. There we go. So the recent developments, that's important. Because you want to figure out what's happening right now and what's going to be happening in the future. Like, where are we headed to, right? Are we going to see more growth because they're expanding into several new areas, or are they going to keep on doing the same thing? Gara AI is skyrocketing. Oh yeah, AI is going up. It's up 1.23%. Very nice. This is nothing. It's going to go up a lot more. Trust me. It's going to go up a lot more. It's going to... If you think this is skyrocketing, well, just wait. Alright, so... on July 15th... Elgato brand announced the Facecam, a new premium webcam, alongside 3 more new products for content creators. Okay. That's nice. June 29th, Corsair announced a new series of full tower ATX cases. New cases. Corsair the launch of the flagship Virtuoso family. Blah blah blah. Headsets. On May 6th, 2021, Corsair announced the launch of its mid-tower cases. Nothing. Yeah, it's nothing super exciting. It's not like we're seeing a new product that's like super different from the rest, and it's gonna be a new market. This doesn't get me thrilled. It's like, oh, we got a new Facecam. Well, how much is it better? Like, explain to me why this Facecam is good. I think this is interesting, maybe. The new cases. I think the wireless headsets, I mean, not that exciting. I am pleased with our performance in the second quarter, where we delivered year-over-year revenue growth of 24%, which is not that high. Our results highlight the strength of the underlying fundamentals of our business as gamers continue to purchase and upgrade their gear, even as entertainment outside of the home and travel began to open up. Well, that's one of the main reasons why the stock went down. We experienced growth in every category despite key components shortages such as graphic cards for enthusiasts to be building gaming PCs, logistics issues, and port delays. The midpoint of our full-year outlook calls for a run rate to revenue of $2 billion compared to our pre-IPO revenue of $1.1 billion in 2019, which shows our strong improvement since then. We're investing in research and development, marketing, and infrastructure as we remain focused on expanding our resources. As an example, we are extremely excited by the recent launch of our first camera, which has received an overwhelmingly positive response from the creative community. We've launched over 75 new products so far this year, which is an astounding pace of an innovation. Is it innovation, though? Because you're tweaking something that already exists and adding some gimmicks to it. Can you call that innovation? More like an upgrade. Well, I mean, I'll check out those products. See what he's talking about. 75 products this year, concluded Andy Paul, Chief Executive Officer of Corsair. Who's this Andy Paul guy? Who is this guy? Let's see. Andy Paul has more than 30 years experience sales professional, right? He's in sales. He's not an innovator. He's in sales. I think they're at this point where they have to switch CEOs. Generally speaking, when you have a company that is doing sales, like they're doing pretty good. Just regarding sales, they're doing all right. But I feel they need innovation CEO, the tech CEO, you know, like somebody that can look at the product line and be like, this is bad, this is good. They have a chief technology officer probably, but I think in this day and age, like CEOs should have experience with computers and whatnot. I'm seeing, I think Microvision is an example of a company that has a CEO that's very tech oriented, so you're getting a lot of innovation, but they're unable to sell their product, so they have no revenue. And such companies would definitely benefit from having a CEO that's more sales oriented. But then you have a company like Corsair Gaming, which says it's innovative by releasing products that are tweaked a little bit, with a CEO that's a professional salesman. I gotta give it to them, right? They have really, really nice sales. They've been growing quite nicely. But maybe on the innovation front, this is like an example of marketing. We have launched over 75 new products so far this year, which is an astounding pace of innovation. Is it though? Innovation doesn't work that way. You don't just launch 75 new things that will be super innovative. Generally speaking, you launch maybe 1 or 2 or 3 products that are innovative, and the rest is just like tiny improvements. I mean, it's marketing, right? They're using the word innovation. I checked the products. I can get a case on Amazon that looks similar, but it's obviously probably less of it does less of the functionality. It's like with the iPhone, right? Oh, it's innovation. We added a new camera. I don't know. I think they would really benefit from a more technology-oriented CEO. Although, I mean, we'll see. I think Apple had this problem where, the CEO of Apple at some point, I think it was the Pepsi CEO. What's his name? John Scully? John Scully. What did he do? He was the vice president and president of PepsiCo. And then he became the chief executive officer of Apple. And I think he had a... was he a salesman? Yeah, so he did something with sales. And then what happened to Apple? He was kind of he made sure that the company was still selling products. You know, Steve Jobs, he was focused on innovation, but you got to still sell your products. And obviously Steve Jobs learned a lesson from that. So yeah, he came in, the company would have drowned if he didn't come in. And then right after he left, Steve Jobs came in, innovation, and they just produced some beautiful products, and the company went to the moon. So, yeah. Enough about Corsair. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research, but I like the balance sheet. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's actually right. It's all right. The stock price is sitting a lot cheaper. Might make a video about this. Maybe. Let's go back to the charts. When a company lacks innovation, management should focus on replacing themselves with innovators. And when a company is not able to sell, I would say either getting salespeople in or getting a leader that's really good at sales would benefit the company. So yeah, that's at least that's what I see. It's also how I analyze companies. If I see a company is doing very bad sales and their CEO is like a tech guy, then I'm like, I mean, until this CEO gets replaced, until management is going to be more focused around sales, not a whole lot is going to happen. Wow, look at that. Ooh. C3 is above 50. It is above the resistance. Very good. Uber is looking strong today. Is it looking strong? Oh yes, it's coming back up. Oh, I would say overall today it's just a bit of a boring day. We're going to be going into interesting times. You know, September is coming up. It's going to get wild. Oh, there we go. All right, it seems like the market is cooling off a little bit. It's time to wrap up the live stream then. So far, so good. I still think DIDI, Alibaba, C3, Palantir, and Neo, they're going to do good. It's a matter of time. But we have to remain cautious. I do think we're also going to see a massive correction in September. And that could be a time to be buying stocks cheaper than they are currently at. And if it's not September, it will probably be October. But it will all depend on the Jackson Hole meeting, which is Friday, and we're going to be covering that. That's where the Fed is going to be making some decisions, or at least letting us know what they're going to be doing, what their thinking process is around tapering and, you know, maybe increasing the Fed fund rate. Maybe they're going to talk about that. Who knows? Some people already think they're going to. Some people already think that they're going to be tapering down earlier than expected. I think they're probably going to delay it. That's my opinion, but we'll have to see. But yeah, Friday, keep that in mind. Friday, we're going to live stream that event. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll be back in a couple hours for the second live stream. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Hit that button right now. Hit the notification bell as well. And make sure you check out the social media. We have the Instagram. We have got the Discord, the Twitter. All the links are down below in the description. This was Lucid Trading. Have a great day. We'll be seeing you in the next live stream. And good luck with trading. See you very soon.